Bonnie and Pam both just touched on this, and that is the best way for you to be able to connect with your customers is to know who you're connecting with, okay? So you can't, this is just really strange. Okay, so you can't sell somebody something, you can't talk to somebody about something that they're just not interested in. And if you've ever gone into a store and somebody was just bent on telling you about, I don't know, a certain dress or a certain pair of shoes, but what you were in there looking for was a winter coat, you don't want to talk to them about a pair of shoes, okay? And that's what we deal with our customers. One of my favorite stories about somebody trying to help me buy something that I did not want was when we bought our first house, and we had 5 kids and they were all under 10 years old. And I told the guy, I said, I need a big house. I need like 5 or 6 bedrooms. I have 5 small children and I went out in the country a little bit. So the first house he showed us was right in the middle of town. It was beautiful, but it was white. I mean, the carpet was white, the walls were white, the kitchen was white, everything was white. And it was gorgeous. And he said to me, he said, so what do you think? And I said, I think that that white carpet in the living room is going to look awful with red Kool-Aid spilled all over it. This is not what I need. And we had to talk to him forever to get him to understand what we were looking for. Don't do that to your customers, okay? So what you're working with basically is 5 basic groups of people, okay? You've got single people, you've got young married couples, you have single parents, single moms, single dads, and then you've got middle-aged people that maybe the kids are moving out or they're older, they're not so worried about the younger stuff. And then you have your senior citizen people that they have a whole different set of things that they're doing right now. So one of the things that you will find is that all of these people have their own little niches that they're concerned with, but they also all have a lot that they have in common. Do you know in all of those groups, one of the main concerns for every group is mental health right now, mental health and physical health. We have stuff for that, okay? We can help them eat right to help with their physical health. We can help them plan meals to make what they do easier. And honestly, we're going to talk about the mental health thing in a minute because some of the other things that everybody's worried about finances. I don't care which age group you hit, they're worried about finances, okay? Single people are worried that they don't have enough money to do everything they want to do, or they're saving for a house, all those things. Young married couples, they have all kinds of financial things they're dealing with, okay? And they need help financially. Single parents, one of the biggest things single parents worry about is childcare. Childcare is super expensive. And if you're working, you have to pay for childcare. Now, we can help them save money, but we can also help them make money. We can help them either pay for those childcare expenses, or if they're willing to, put in the time, they go to work every day anyway, they could stay home with those kids and they don't have to make the childcare payments, which saves them a fortune. Middle-aged people, they're worried about retirement. They're also worried about the bills that they have collected while their kids were young. So they have financial things that they're dealing with. And senior citizens are all dealing with financial things. Okay, do we have enough money to make it for as long as we're going to live? Can we help our kids? Can we pay our bills? So our products help them save money. And this is what we need to understand when we're talking to people. We're not selling them things because we need sales credit. We're not selling them things because we need them to help us. We are offering them things because they need what we have. Okay, they need ways to save money. They need ways. They're also very, very worried about the work, social life, and family balance. Do you realize how much money people spend going out to eat, even if they're just driving through? And everybody does it until you get out of the habit. Everybody does it. I swear to you, my children thought that the main food group was a McDonald's Happy Meal whenever they were young because I worked. There was a bunch of them and I didn't cook. When I got home, I didn't want to cook. I didn't have the tools to cook with. I didn't want to mess with it. So we would drive through. We would, a big meal at our house was macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. That was when I cooked. So what you want to do is help them see with our products that they can save the time. They can spend the time helping the kids with the homework while the dinner is in the pressure cooker, in the microwave cooking, and they can have a good meal without spending the money to go out. So these are all things that we can show them. And the other thing, as far as like we were talking about the mental health, I truly believe, and this isn't scientific, and I am not a doctor by any means at all, but I believe if families could spend more time together, if people didn't have to worry so much about all the things that they worried about, that mental health would not be such a big issue. If you could spend the time with your kids at dinner, if grandparents could spend the time with their families that they need to, instead of working until they're 75 and 80 years old trying to make ends meet, things would just be 1950s and 60s better. And I say that, it sounds like a joke, but they didn't have a lot of the issues that we have now back then. And I just want you to think about knowing your customers, knowing what they need. They need your products. They need your food tips. They need your cooking tips. And they just need to be able to relax and enjoy a little bit of time at home with their families or with themselves. So think about that as you're working on your birthday month and who you're talking to and what they need to hear from you.